Have you ever stopped to think that what you say silently can shape your entire reality? Well, that's no exaggeration. Often, it's precisely that inner voice, the one that keeps telling you that things won't work out, that the money will never come, that you're not good enough, that's sabotaging your life. But what if I told you that changing that broken record for new words can unlock immense power within you? The truth is that the universe listens. And more than that, it responds. There is a subtle, but powerful, magic that happens when you repeat certain phrases in your mind with consistency and emotion. We are not talking about a spell or superstition, but about something that science has already begun to prove. The power of thought is real, and you can use it to your advantage. Many people live waiting for an external miracle, when in fact the real miracle happens inside, in the silence of the mind. Positive affirmations, when used correctly, not only awaken your self-confidence, but also reprogram your brain, literally, thanks to neuroplasticity. It's like pressing reset on your life and choosing a new script. Get ready, because in the next few minutes you'll discover how simple phrases, said with intention, can transform your motivation, your habits, and even your financial reality. It seems like magic, but it's neuroscience. And the best part, it all starts with a choice. The choice to change what you say to yourself. Have you ever noticed how some thoughts have the power to lift your day, while others can bring you down in seconds? This is no coincidence, it's the hidden power of thought working behind the scenes. When you start consciously repeating positive affirmations, something changes inside you. It's like a switch is turned and new energy begins to flow. This simple habit activates your motivation and ignites the spark of personal transformation. What you say to yourself, even silently, becomes a kind of soundtrack to your life. If all you hear is, "I can't do it," and "this isn't for me," guess what? Life will dance to that tune. But when you start saying, "I can do it, abundance finds me every day, I deserve to live well," something powerful happens. You start to access a level of self-confidence that was dormant. That's when your world starts to change from the inside out. Many people underestimate the power of the mind because they think it's just random thoughts, abstract things. But the truth is that these thoughts create patterns. And mental patterns create behaviors. Repeating positive affirmations isn't just thinking nice thoughts, it's the first step to building a new identity that's stronger, more confident, and more aligned with the way you want to live. It's like planting seeds in the fertile soil of your mind. And you know what's most interesting? It doesn't have to be complicated. You can start right now, right where you are. Close your eyes for 30 seconds and say to yourself, "I am worthy of the life I dream of." Repeat. Feel. Believe. This is how you begin to unlock this inner power. And when you least expect it, the universe begins to respond, with synchronicities, opportunities, and that push that seemed unlikely. You may have heard that the brain is like a muscle. But what few people know is that it also adapts, molds, and rebuilds itself, and this is thanks to neuroplasticity. This incredible ability of the brain allows new connections to be created by repeating certain thoughts. And do you know what this means in practice? That repeating positive affirmations with consistency literally changes your mind. You are, in fact, rescheduling. It's like changing your mental software. If before you operated in self-sabotage mode, with phrases like, "I can never do it," now you install a new system: "I am resilient, I am capable, I am prosperous." Over time, the brain understands that this is the new truth. And then, my friend, you start acting like someone who believes in themselves. This new pattern affects everything: your decisions, your posture, your energy. Personal transformation begins in the invisible. And here's an important warning: the key is not to repeat for the sake of repeating. It's to repeat with emotion, with intention, as if each word were building your new self. Imagine that you are carving your own mind with an invisible chisel. The difference? Your material is thought. The tool. The word. And the fuel. Motivation that comes from the desire to experience something greater. This is how true self-confidence. If you want to put this into practice, start with a 7-day challenge. Choose 3 affirmations that really touch you. Say them out loud every day, first thing in the morning. Write them down on a piece of paper. Carry them in your pocket. Stick them on your mirror. Say them in the shower, in line at the bank, before going to bed. Repetition with intention creates programming. And the right programming creates results. It's not magic. It's neuroscience put into action. As spiritual or even mystical as it may seem, the power of positive affirmations is backed by science. Research from Carnegie Mellon University, for example, have shown that repeating positive phrases activates the brain's reward center, the same center that responds when you eat something delicious or achieve a goal. This means that the brain interprets the affirmation as something real and rewarding, increasing well-being and decreasing stress. A neuroscience also confirms that the words we repeat directly influence our emotions. Studies show that areas such as the prefrontal cortex and the limbic system are activated when you tell yourself that you are capable, confident and strong. It is as if the brain is conditioned to believe it and, in response, releases hormones related to calmness, motivation and focus. Science is, little by little, deciphering the rational magic behind the mental reprogramming. Furthermore, cognitive psychology has a term for this: positive self-talk. It is the conscious use of language to change limiting behaviors and beliefs. In other words, what you say to yourself directly affects how you act in the world. When you say, "I attract abundance," frequently, you start to pay more attention to opportunities, act more clearly, and even relate better to money. It is a subtle but powerful change. So the next time someone says that repeating affirmations is nonsense, you already have a scientific argument on the tip of your tongue. It's not about magical thinking, it's about using the power of thought combined with science to build a new version of yourself. The question now is, if science has already proven that it works, what is stopping you from starting today? In practice, the secret to affirmations is choosing the right words. They need to make sense to you, touch your heart, and not just be a bunch of pretty phrases thrown out there. Think of something like, "I am capable," or "abundance flows to me." When these words resonate within you, it becomes easier to maintain them. Consistency and to motivation to repeat every day, especially early in the morning, which is when the mind is most open to mental reprogramming. There's no point in just saying it automatically, without believing it. The power of the statement lies in the emotion you put into it, in the way you feel each word. A smart tip is to use your voice, repeating it out loud, as if you were talking to your best friend, believing what you're saying. This activates the brain's neural networks, and the brain will buy this idea as a truth that deserves to be lived. Another important point is to create a ritual. It could be before going to sleep or right after waking up, a moment just for you, without distractions. Take a deep breath, look in the mirror and say your affirmations with confidence. Want an example? I am safe. I deserve to thrive. I love and respect myself. With this daily practice, you strengthen your self-confidence and plants the seeds of personal transformation on an ongoing basis. And finally, write down your affirmations in a notebook or on your cell phone. This helps you stay focused, and when doubt strikes, reread them to reinforce the message. After all, the key to success is consistency, and to neuroplasticity will do the rest of the work, reshaping your brain for a more prosperous and balanced future. Let's put this into practice today. True stories have a unique power to inspire, and Sarah and James's are a perfect example of this. Sarah was mired in debt, full of anxiety and without hope. Until she started practicing positive affirmations every day, focusing on prosperity and self-confidence. Within a few months, her mind rewired itself, neuroplasticity did its work, and changes began to appear, new job opportunities, less fear and a sense of control over her life. James, on the other hand, always doubted his own potential, especially in the financial field. When he adopted the practice of affirmations, he noticed that his attitude changed completely. He began to believe in himself, make more assertive decisions and expose himself to challenges that he had previously avoided. The transformation did not happen overnight, but with consistency and motivation, James saw his financial reality improve and his stress decrease. What these stories show us is that mental reprogramming is not a theory, but an applied practice. Ordinary people, like you and me, can use the power of thought to turn things around. Personal transformation is a process, and the fuel to continue on this path is the self-confidence built with each positive affirmation repeated with faith. So if you think it's impossible to change your reality, remember what Sarah and James did. They decided to tell themselves a new story, day after day, until that story became reality. Now it's your turn to start writing yours. Now that you know the power of positive affirmations and the science behind mental reprogramming, it's time to reflect. How have you been talking to yourself on a daily basis? What thoughts have guided your actions and shaped your reality? Remember, your mind is the ground where you plant the seeds of your future. So why not choose to plant words that cultivate self-confidence, motivation, and abundance? Personal transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it is the result of consistent practice and a firm decision to change. Each affirmation repeated with intention is a step toward a new you, stronger and more prepared to face challenges. The secret lies in your persistence, in your daily choice to nurture thoughts that empower, not limit. Are you ready to take control of your mind and transform your life? How about starting today by choosing 3 affirmations that truly touch your heart and incorporating them into your routine? Don't underestimate the power of thought. It is the most powerful tool you have to build the future you want. If you like this content and want to continue on this journey of self-knowledge and growth, be sure to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Here, you will find inspiration, science and practices that help you awaken your true potential. Let's join us in this transformation.